All right, Larry Krueger here from a warm Levi's Stadium. Really nice day here in Santa Clara. Wasn't sure what kind of day it was going to be weather-wise because it was a little cooler in the morning, but training camp practice day 7, and here's the good and the bad, courtesy of Pig in a Pickle, the best barbecue in Northern California. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week in both locations from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig in a Pickle, the best barbecue in Northern California. Get the brisket chili. Go there, say hi to Damon, say hi to Mary, and tell them that Larry Krueger sent you. I got a bunch of people over the last couple of days saying, both locally and from out of town going, hey, I'm going to Pig in a Pickle because of you, Krug. Appreciate you. Damon appreciates you. Mary appreciates you. Get some great barbecue. All right, let's talk good and bad from training camp practice number 7. Should we start with the good? Should we start with the bad? Well, why don't we start with the bad and we'll wrap up with the good. As far as the bad, Trey Lance didn't have a great day today. He was 5 of 8. He threw a really bad interception in the hook zone. Didn't see D. Winters at all. This is in the move the ball drill, and the drive ended right there because Trey just threw it right to him. Tay Martin was 8 yards away. I don't know what Trey was seeing. I don't know if Tay was just a miscommunication or if Trey didn't account for Winters in the hook zone. But the TCU linebacker just dropped into that short zone and Trey threw it right to him. So not a great play by Lance. The bigger gaffe from Lance, though, in my opinion, was when he missed Braden Willis on just a layup shallow crosser. Willis lined up on the left side of the formation, crossed his face, throws it, he's right there, right to him. He even had a nice little window to throw it to him, and he threw it behind him. And Willis had to dive back for it and didn't get it. That's the kind of pass that when Trey misses, he misses. It's the short layup type passes. Those two kind of stood out. Another bad part of today's practice 7, a lot of penalties. 4 or 5 penalties that I counted, and some just lackadaisical penalties. And I'm not sure why. Kyle was asked about it afterwards. He didn't have an explanation either. But just too many penalties. Purdy had a decent day as far as rhythm went, but he also missed Debo twice deep. He had Debo once. He threw it short. He had Debo another time. He just threw it all. The pass was batted down at the last second. So, there are not a lot of deep throws that I'm seeing from the Niner quarterbacks. Purdy seems more willing to throw it deep than Darnold, Allen, or Lance. But he did go deep twice today in practice, and both times it fell incomplete to Deebo Samuel. As I said, it wasn't a great practice for Trey Lance. He had no first downs in the move the ball drill. The last one, he had 2 defenders in his face, and instead of trying to kind of elude them and show some speed and keep the play alive, he just threw it into the ground on 3rd down, essentially ending the drive. A couple other bad things. Jalen Moore, who suffered an injury the other day, did not practice. Kyle told us afterwards he's got a bone bruise in his knee. How long he'll be out for, we don't know. Elijah Mitchell didn't practice today. He's dealing with an abductor, which I think is kind of a groin situation, which is never good for a running back. And then Aaron Banks on the bad side. Yesterday, I guess in practice, or 2 days ago, I should say, he's probably suffered a concussion. He's in concussion protocol, and you never want to see that, especially early on. But Banks didn't practice, and it sounds like of all the injuries, his might be the worst, being in concussion protocol. All right, let's get to the good. We'll finish up with the good in this video. D. Winters. D. Winters is coming on, folks. He's athletic. He's fast. He's instinctive. He knows where the ball is. He's a thinking man's linebacker. I thought Jalen Graham looked really good in the linebacker drills that I watched before the team portion. And then Winters, who's starting to stack days now, he's coming on. He made a couple plays in the backfield in the practice 2 practices ago. And today he was active, and Lance threw him a duck, and he grabbed it. And it was a hard ball, but, it was right to him. Also, on the good note, Brock Purdy practiced today. So there was a lot of speculation that he wouldn't practice, that this would be a day off. He actually did practice, and he finished 7 of 10. So he completed 70% of his passes and was in good rhythm. To me, if you're thinking Brock didn't have a good day today, it's like you got to really think about what you're talking about. This is a guy who didn't have an off season and is coming back from an injury and completed 70% of his passes against the number one defense in the league. So I know there are people that are like, it wasn't a very good day for Purdy. To me, he established a rhythm passing the ball and completed 70% against the number one defense in the league. I consider that a good day. Javon Kinlaw continues to make plays against the run. He made a couple plays today against the run, and he looked good in the individual drills earlier in practice. Marcelino McCrary-Ball is coming on. He made a couple tackles today. It was a good day for Zane Gonzalez. He hit 3 field goals in a row, and all of them were right down the middle. Cam Latu, the rookie tight end out of Alabama, caught a nice ball from Sam Darnold on the sideline and kind of headed up the field. Latu, to me, that was one of the better receptions I've seen from Cam. Ty Davis Price is, I think, looking very much like a starting caliber running back. He's 230 pounds. He makes you miss. You can tell he's got good weight. He's got good explosiveness. He looked good. The undrafted rookie running back, Kalen Laburn, had a couple of very impressive runs. And Laburn is a guy that you guys should look for in the preseason. He's going to show for himself in the preseason. As I said, I thought the best throw of the day was Tay Martin on a sideline route, was Trey Lance on a sideline route to Tay Martin. Trey, surveyed the field and just threw it with great timing and great ball speed and just put it right on Tay Martin's hands. That was the best throw of the day, I thought. And then Danny Gray. Danny Gray's coming on, folks. He had 2 catches. He's plucking the ball with his hands. He's not body catching him. He's getting separation. He's looking more refined as a route runner. So I would say that was the good. The good, D. Winters, Purdy's rhythm, Kinlaw against the run, Marcelino against the run, Zane Gonzalez making 3 for 3 on field goals, Cam Latu with a real nice catch on the sideline from Sam Darnold. TDP, to me, in a lot of ways, is the biggest positive of the day because of how fast and explosive he's looking. Kalen Laburn is real, and we're seeing that every practice that goes by. Danny Gray is primed to have a bust out here in his second year. He looks stronger, better, more comfortable in the offense. And Trey's pass to Tay Martin was a beauty. So there you go. There's the good and the bad from training camp practice day 7. It was a low rep day, so there weren't tons of reps to look at. We also didn't see the one-on-ones between the O-lineman and the D-lineman, which is one of my favorite drills. But we'll be back out here tomorrow. Beautiful day here in Santa Clara. Go Niners. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of The Krug Show. And thanks to all you guys for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.